Shedletsky is one of many survivors in Forsaken, and as the video suggests, is probably one of the best, at least when it comes to balancing and enjoyability. In today's video, I want to go over why I personally think this, and better explain to you why Shedletsky is quite possibly the most balanced survivor in the game. I'll be breaking down all of his abilities and just the general reasons as to why he's so great. With that said, I'll first be listing off his stats, so you get a good understanding of what Shedletsky can do. Shedletsky falls into the Sentinel classification of survivor, meaning he is supposed to help his team by stunning the killer. Shedletsky is no pushover when it comes to this, having a base HP of 100, allowing him to face even the strongest killers. He has two abilities that assist with this, the first being Slash. Slash is the most basic of stuns. All Shedletsky does is whip out a sword and slash it in front of him. If he lands a stun, it'll stun the killer for 3 seconds, while also dealing 30 damage. However, if he misses a slash, he'll be frozen in place long enough for the killer to punish him. This is the only stun in the game that requires no extra steps to use. What I mean by this is, for all other base game Sentinels, you need to either use an extra ability to gain your stun, or you have to hit a specific spot on the killer. Shedletsky's stun is arguably the most balanced stun in the game. It's easy to avoid, but it's also pretty easy to land. It's punishing to miss, unlike other stuns, which really balances it out more. It forces Shedletsky to think before slashing, to test the killer first, and ultimately gamble the hit. Then there's Fried Chicken. Fried Chicken is a self-healing ability that Shedletsky can rely on in times of need. All Shedletsky does is pull out some chicken and eat it, healing him by 5 HP instantly, and healing another 35 over time. While using Fried Chicken, Shedletsky is slowed down to a grinding halt, forcing Shedletsky to eat it around corners away from the killer. You should really only eat Fried Chicken around 60 HP or lower. Also at the start of LMS is a reasonable time to eat it, so long as you're missing HP and not too close to the killer. The killer can punish you if you decide to eat fried chicken in front of them. If they damage you while eating it, it cancels out, effectively meaning you'll be losing more HP than gaining. This is very bad, considering that Shedletsky only has 2 fried chickens per match, so you have to use them sparingly. Again, the idea to limit fried chicken to 2 makes it very balanced in my own opinion. I think Sentinels almost require a form of self-healing, even if small, just because of how likely they are to tank damage from things like corruption or just killers in general. Now that you understand Shedletsky's stats better, it's time I tell you why they make Shedletsky so reliable and fun to play. Shedletsky is one of the few characters who you can play in vastly different ways, without completely ruining the concept behind the survivor. You can either support the team, do generators, or even take the killer head-on for the entire match. So long as you know the basics of looping, baiting, and predicting, you'll be set against almost every killer in the game. This is not a luxury other Sentinels have, or even most survivors in general. Most survivors have a single goal, and must stick by that goal if they want a solid shot at winning. Guest needs to protect the team, Dusakar needs to support the team, and 007 needs to exist. This can make playing other survivors very repetitive and even boring. You can also be playing a bad character for LMS and just get absolutely destroyed. Shedletsky just does not have these problems. Although it is the best to protect the team, it will never hurt to do generators on cooldown and, like I said, even carry the entire team for the match. Shedletsky is one of the 3 survivors in the game, and this is for good reason. He's super simple and super easy for beginners to learn, and adapt to his gameplay pretty quickly. You're not really stressing out with advanced mechanics, trying to rush around, supporting the team in some way. You get to play at your own pace with Shedletsky, and I think this is one of the main reasons as to why he's so fun to play. Whether you're a competitive player who lives for the thrill of going one-on-one with the killer, or just a simple player who minds their own business, he works well for both. Even now, as a 20-day player, I still find Shedletsky funner to play than most other survivors. I may not be the best Shedletsky ever, but I do pretty good. It's also satisfying to land a slash, and it's actually pretty funny when you miss them, at least in my own opinion. Like, just imagine seeing a golden Shedletsky missing their slash. It's just so stupid that it's hilarious. Finally, before I end off the video, I just wanted to show you just how good Shedletsky can be in the right hands. Well, let me know what you all think down below. Is Shedletsky top tier, or would you rather another survivor? But with that said, this has been Wendigo, and I'm going to sleep now.